Y'all, hell just froze over yet again. It seems to be a lot of very chilly weather in hell recently because the View, yep, the View, the clucking hens over there at the freaking View, just completely and totally supported the ousting of Nicolas Maduro in Venezuela while supporting the idea that the Democrats are lost on this messaging. Even Axios is saying, you guys might not want to side with the socialist dictator. Again, chilly, wear your parkas, hell's gonna be cold this year. All right, everything's gonna be linked in the description box below, guys. This is, of course, the video leading into the live stream tonight, our main soup du jour. This serves as an appetizer, but an essential piece of that freedom meal. I'm gonna jump right into this, guys. You've got to see this. Okay. The View. If you're not familiar, The View is anything and everything Donald Trump, Republican, conservative, GOP is evil. And we're going to squawk about it, and we're going to be asinine about it, and we're going to just continue to do that path the whole way. That is the move. However, in this case, they're saying something odd, and I'm going to show you on the other end of this clip what they're referring to and what this is reflecting, because the Dems do not know what to do. Watch this. This is a big piece of this.
Your question, who voted for this? The people in South Florida, the Venezuelan community, the Cuban American community, the Nicaraguan American community voted for this. And for us, this is a very, very happy day when we see a dictator who has been part of oppressing and abusing the Venezuelan people for 25 years, when we see him in handcuffs and held to some sort of accountability. It brought me into tears. It brought me great joy. And, you know, I live in South Florida.
But are you okay with the way that it was done?
But you can, I think both things can be true.
Okay.
I think you can criticize and ask questions and have concerns about the way it was done and what this means in the future.
Right.
And I think you can still celebrate that this murderous, corrupt, sadistic son of a bitch is out of Venezuela.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he has... I think there's 8 million Venezuelan exiles all over the world. People have fled from this man's tyrannical rule. So for...
Holy crap. Come here. Nuance. You're about to hear the word nuance a whole lot, because the left does not know how to react to this. I told you in the earlier announcements on the weekend when we were covering this, the left was going to go 2 routes. The first one was the oil-rich oligarchy side. Check, done. They did that crap. Then the other side was going to be defending socialist dictator and threading the needle of maybe we don't, maybe we do. I don't know. Y'all, the polling is clear. The Latin, Hispanic vote in the United States is all for it. I mean, like, whoa, and only growing. I showed you that on the first day. When the polling started to reflect, all of a sudden the Democrat talking point shifted from totally evil to why didn't you do more? Y'all, decoding the lefty mind virus is what I do here, because that is exactly what you're seeing. And here is more supplementing evidence of exactly what I was talking about coming from Axios. Axios is the trial balloon outlet. They don't do conservative things. They tell the Democrats what's up. Okay, watch this. Again, this is all emblematic of something that is happening deeper inside the DNC. Axios, it looks weak. Some Democrats want their party to shut up and clap for Maduro's capture. What? I thought it was a horrible, egregious affront. You've already seen Democrat Senate leaders and House Majority leaders go out and just completely tear it apart. And then all of a sudden, when kind of the, you know, so to speak, shit hits the fan, they back off that and say, well, you're bad because you didn't do more. You didn't do enough. You did too little. Wait a minute. 5 seconds ago it was too much, and now it's too little. I wonder what changed. This is what changed their own political survival. Listen to what the Dems are saying in their internal meetings and communications. It looks weak. Dems fume at their party's response to Maduro capture. Some Democrats are grumbling at their party's largely oppositional stance to President Trump's raid to capture Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, saying privately that their colleagues should be celebrating. These lawmakers argue it could be a major political miscalculation if the party fails to applaud the downfall of a brutal dictator with sufficient volume, even given grave concerns about the operation's legality and longer-term ramifications. This is the whole point. I'm going to show you later on in our live stream tonight some of the things that are popping because the Trump administration, forgive my crassness, they literally just walked into the UN and went like this and made eye contact with a long stare. More on that later. But what you're talking about right now is exactly what you and I were discussing, because how are they going to defend a brutal dictator just because the TDS overrides everything else? Let's keep on going. Watch. I'm telling you, this is going to affect the midterms, and they know it. Some centrist and battleground district members who spoke to Axios on the condition of anonymity to offer candid criticisms of their party's messaging have a different view. One swing district House Democrat told Axios in a text message on Saturday, nuance is dead in politics. See how nuance showed up again? Maduro is bad. Glad he's gone. You can't have it both ways, the lawmaker said, venting that everything Trump touches must be bad according to the base. That's the point. And the big amazing thing that they don't seem to connect in these leaked messages, the base has been trained by the Democrats and the media for 10 years in a brainwashing pattern to do just that. They are suffering and becoming victim to the exact same thing that they've put on everybody for 10 years. They've excised anybody who did not agree, and they have made a 100% pure virtue signal of hating Donald Trump. And then they're shocked when anybody and everybody in their party is only left with a consolidated I hate Trump crowd. This is very, very simple. They created the monster. The monster is now inhibiting them from basically branching out. Let's keep on going. Another vulnerable House Democrat told Axios, how could they be vulnerable? Because I thought it was a lock and blue wave, blue tsunami. Maybe I was just crazy. As Democrats, we can't just condemn what happened. I wish the Democrat Party would be a little bit more measured on this. Nuance, measured. Are you seeing what they're saying? I think it looks weak, a third centrist House Democrat said. If you don't acknowledge when there is a win for our country, then you lose all credibility. Y'all, I'm just going to highlight a real quick thing for you. They applaud our own little socialist here in New York with Mamdani. They send every accolade they possibly can, socialist. They depose a socialist murderous dictator in Venezuela, and they decry that one, and there's marches to free Maduro on the liberal left. I mean, y'all, it is not hard to tie these things together. Maduro gets arrested. Mamdani is over here in New York giving literally the socialist anthem, a democratic socialist apologetic speech. I mean, it's not hard. The ads are writing themselves. I guarantee you they're already full on in production because they're making this impossible to win for them. All right, let's keep on going. By the way, I'm here for it. They're not going to listen to me. I mean, please. I don't pass the sniff test on the political purity. It's not just about politics. The second lawmaker who spoke to Axios noted that Democrats widely condemned Venezuela's sham elections last year and have long advocated for democracy abroad. What happened to when they had the election and Maduro stole the election? There were Democrats condemning that, the House Democrats said. Have we forgotten what happened in that country? The third House Democrat told Axios they were surprised how negative the response has been from their colleagues. Really? You're surprised by that? The entire party is nothing but negativity. Everything is bad. America is bad. The people are bad. The history is bad. Everything's bad. What's good about America? Nothing on the left. Democrats have been beset by these divides over how best to respond to President Trump through the first year in office. But some of the party's swing district and centrist members firmly believe that approach risks backfiring with average voters and that the party shouldn't reflexively condemn Trump at every turn, no matter how provocative his moves. And y'all, that is the point. They are split. They are split progressive to moderate. They are split in the centrist and the moderates versus the Democrats versus the progressives. Their messaging is split. Their plans are split. Their embrace and love of a dictator versus the, hey, maybe that's a good thing for our country is split. They're split. They do not have a unifying factor amongst any of it. And they can't have a unifying factor amongst any of it because they've added all these purity tests and litmus tests amongst all their members. It's impossible because you're not pure enough. Meanwhile, the rest of us over here playing in the mud are just going to keep on being free. And that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm Braden. I'll see you tonight at the 9 p.m. live stream. It's going to be a banger. See you later.